Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Welcome back, everybody. Another horrible night for the Yankees. Another late blown lead by the bullpen. Those are the worst kinds of losses, and it seems like we've had about 10 of them over this stretch where the Yankees have really been struggling as their collapse continues after an unbelievable start to the season. And really, the blame gets spread around. The roster construction, the relief pitching, the batting order, Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman. There's plenty of blame to go around. Last night, we had a comment, though, that this channel was becoming a quote-unquote propaganda channel. Really? 2 days ago, I said that Randy Levine needs to swap out the brand of his adult diapers. Does that really sound like something the Yankees are putting out there? I have zero contact with the Yankees. If you think this is a propaganda channel, after I've been ripping them every night for almost 2 months, you have to ask yourself one question. Am I a moron? And if you think this is a propaganda channel, the answer to that question is yes. So we got a ton more voicemails last night. I'm going to go through them real quick, and then I'm going to breakfast, and then I'm going to see Deadpool. And if any trades happen during Deadpool while I'm out of the house, I will address them in an afternoon live stream. If not, I'll check in after the game. But let's get to your voicemails.
I live in New York City. I cannot believe you had the balls to do it.
Hey, Derek, it's Doug Rao. Just watched Clay Holmes do what Clay Holmes does best. You know, the Orioles are playing lousy baseball too, but they've gone out and made deals for Zach Eflin and Sir Anthony Dominguez in the past 2 days. Where is Brian Cashman? Is he out on the links with his good buddy Aaron Hicks? I hope he's at least making Hicks pick up the check. God knows he took enough money from us.
Doug, I know that you said that tongue-in-cheek or in jest, but there is something to having a sense of urgency if you're a general manager. I like that A.J. Preller went out and got Luis Ariz in May at the first sign of trouble. And I like that when the Braves have any kind of big injury or major problem, they go out and they get a player to supplement the roster. Now, maybe Cashman is using all of his budget. Maybe Hal doesn't want them to go any higher with the budget. And I can't blame him because the Yankees are paying a lot of guys not to play right now. But they've got to do something. And sitting on your hands and waiting for the perfect deal to fall into your lap, which is what Cashman likes to do this year, is not acceptable given the way the Yankees have been playing. Appreciate the call, Doug.
Hey, Derek. Nick from South Carolina. Just got done watching last night's game. What a debacle. We finally show some offense. We finally start to hit the ball, and we start getting contact in the long ball, only to have the pitching just completely, undo everything, undermine everything. My sincere feeling is that unless they change the organization itself at this point, and they're not going to do it mid-season, you're just going to get more of the same.
Nick, that's basically what we've been saying for 2 years. You hit the nail right on the head. There's something within the organization. And because, we don't have access to every detail within the organization, it's hard for us to put our finger on what's wrong. But this is what happens with bad teams. When you hit, you don't pitch. When you pitch, you don't hit. When you pitch and hit, you don't play defense. When you pitch, hit, and play defense, the manager screws it up. That's what seems to be happening over the last month and a half. And it's incredibly frustrating. I feel you. And there needs to be changes deep within the organization itself. Now, this audit is supposedly going on all season long, and we won't know the results or what gets implemented from it until next season. They have made some changes. They brought in this supposed analytical wizard, communication wizard who's in the clubhouse, who's supposed to be a filter from the analytics department to the players and help them focus on the right things. Well, this is just proof that the message itself, whatever they're teaching that's getting filtered to the players, is faulty because the players suck. right? Everybody regresses when they get here. They can't pull themselves out of a funk. And there needs to be changes at the root so that this team can bloom the way teams do, with young talent that gets the right messaging, that plays hard, good management. But right now, you're not seeing any of that. And it's just a nightmare.
I don't know what Yankees are waiting for Clay Holmes to take it out from the closest spot. I don't know. I'm so frustrated watching this fucking game because what he needs to do is to get out of there. He's not a closer.
You know, this is what we've been saying since he basically became the closer, that it's going to be a problem having somebody who allows as much contact as he does in that position, because you can't bring him in with guys on base in a tough situation and look for the big strikeout, because he doesn't get it. And then every ninth inning is a damn high wire act because he puts so many guys on base with walks and hits and whatever. And honestly, I'm just over the Clay Holmes experiment. It didn't cost much to get him. He doesn't make a lot of money. Just get him out of here. Just get him out of here. He's done. He's cooked. He's mentally shot.
Derek, I've had it up to here with this ball club. 8th inning, you bring in Cardiac Clay. He gives up these 2 huge runs. All right. We expected this to happen. All right. Why wouldn't you just put in Michael Tonkin? It's about time the Yankees go out and trade for Jazz Chisholm and Tanner Scott, or Ryan McMahon and Justin Lawrence from the Colorado Rockies. We need a closer, and we need one now.
You know, it's also interesting that the Yankees don't call up a lot of young pitchers that have a ton of success, especially guys coming out of the bullpen throwing 100. How come we don't have those guys? You know, where's our international arms, right? We have to go out and find these guys who've been DFA'd or are being overlooked on other teams and make trades. How come we don't have these guys internally? It's the organization itself. We've been saying that forever. It's the scouting. It's Brian Cashman. It's Fishman. It's all of these frickin' clowns that cannot build a baseball team the correct way.
Hey, man, love your show. Just want to make this last comment. And I'm going to be honest, like, it doesn't matter who we get at the trade deadline. I don't care if he's the best player in the league outside of Judge. At the end of the day, if they can't hit, if they can't come in clutch situations and perform, they will not be good for the Yankees at all, because that's what we lack. We do not do good in clutch situations at all. Like, that's the reason why every time Judge came, like, he's been a rookie and up, we have not been able to come up clutch in any situation. Like, that's what it comes down to. I don't care about anything else. It's clutch situations in any situation. Like, that's all that matters. That's why we haven't won a chip.
I mean, you're not wrong. At large, the team seems to lack the clutch gene. I think that's more of a product of not having great players. If you don't have great players, they're not going to come up in big situations. I think Juan Soto's been very clutch. He's hit some big home runs this year. He had that great series in San Francisco with a number of clutch hits. But you're right. Aaron Judge, despite his huge numbers that he has compiled, has not come up in big situations and done the job this year. He's done it in the past, back in 2022. He had 3 walk-off home runs that year. He was super clutch. But this year, he can be pitched to. Now, part of that is that he has no protection in the lineup. Maybe Austin Wells heating up will help him out a little bit, but I think I would still rather pitch to Austin Wells than Aaron Judge. The Yankees need another serious bat. Hopefully Giancarlo comes back like gangbusters. I doubt it. But they need a bat. They need a number of arms. They need a lot of stuff. They stink.
It's right there in front of us again, but yet he puts in the closer, quote-unquote, Clay Holmes, that started this whole mess and then continues it after Judge and Wells hit beautiful home runs. I mean, this team is going downhill fast, and Cashman still hasn't made a single fucking move, and it makes me sick.
I think I finally figured out what Aaron Boone means when he says it's right there in front of us. He means the rest of the division, because they're all playing better than the Yankees right now, honestly. You know, look, since about a month and a half ago, only the White Sox have been worse. With $300 million in the payroll, you can't have collapses like this. It's just not acceptable. It's not the Yankee way. And I'm sorry, heads have got to roll. I don't care if it's mid-season. You've got to DFA some guys. You got to fire some guys. Light a fire under this team's ass.
Oh, my God. Not another loss because of Clay Holmes. Jeez. This is Bobby the Bear in ATL. Yo, I don't understand, man. Why is Holmes always in high leverage situations?
For some reason, the Yankees believe in this guy. They like his ground ball rate. But here's the problem, and we've said this a million times. He just gets hit too much, and he walks guys. You got to be a swing and miss pitcher to be at the end of the game. You've got to eliminate and take the fielders out of consideration as much as possible. You got to take the flares and the duck snorts and the bad luck out of the equation. You got to be intimidating. Clay Holmes is not intimidating. Clay Holmes looks like a deer in headlights who's scared to be there. I hate to say it, but it's 100% the truth. Does that sound like propaganda? Today's Nostra Derek prediction. Why fight it? Why fight it? The Yankees will lose again, which will mean another series loss. I have zero confidence in this team right now. I have zero confidence in their leadership. And I've been wrong lately, so maybe this is a little bit of the reverse jinx here. 1 for 5 on the season, trying to get back to 333. With a hit, Yankees will go down in flames.
Ball game over.